Hey folks, Rich here at RCINFORMER. Today I have the latest and greatest coming from FMS models. This is hot off the presses from the factory, the all-new 70mm AVANTI version 3. Otherwise known as, and I have dubbed this, the Pocket Rocket. When I first got the version 1 from the factory, I was like, okay, it's a little jet, it's another AVANTI, whatever. But when I flew it, I was blown away by it because it's a small, but it's a 6-cell powered airplane. And it will fly slow at a crawl, but when you power it up, it is very deceiving how fast of an airplane this thing is. Now, really quick, I'm going to throw up here for everybody to see, sort of, if I can get it in the frame. This is my version 1. I have been flying this for a long time. This is flight ready. I will throw a card up here so you guys can see a video of this thing going if you look up in the corner here. And I'll put a link to it at the end. But this is an awesome airplane. I've many times scraped the flaps on the runway, and you know, this thing just takes a licking and keeps on ticking. And you can see the original landing gear. One thing I wanted to show you is it has these really nice oleo struts on the original landing gear, as you can see, but from the pictures here, they've totally upgraded it to still an oleo, but also a trailing link style. So we'll get into that and show you that. But this is one awesome airplane. The wings have wireless plugins that you'll see that they've actually upgraded in the new one. And I'll go ahead and put this one aside and we'll talk about the new one here. I am just blown away. I'm gonna have to pull the receiver out of the old one and put it into this new one. As you can see here, it's designed and approved by Sebastiano Silvestri. This is the guy at Sebart who is an awesome pilot, designs all this stuff. And Sebart really makes some of the coolest stuff. Let's go ahead and pull the box off here, up here, and we'll take a look at some of the features on this thing really quickly here. And you can see, looking on the underside of this thing, they've upgraded a lot in this airplane, and I didn't really know they were, but you can see here, new EDF structure, so it must be a new fan. They've upgraded to a 1900 kV motor. I think the old one was at a 70 amp speed controller, but obviously we've gone to an 80. Improved wing connector, like I talked about. They went away from the sort of bullet style connector on a rigid board to sort of a softer type. I'll show you what it looks like. You guys have seen it in my other videos. Wireless wing connector, so they plug right in. Improved landing gear design, as we'll show you. New color scheme. They've added wing lights as well. You can see wing lights they've put, see if we can look at that. And we'll say there's one right there on the far left edge. So it's got lights on it as well. And of course it is made of EPO. And then on the side here, some of the things they talk about here, again, power system upgraded to a 1900 kV, electronic retracts with stall protection in them, so if they bind up, they'll stop without kind of damaging them. And you'll see, we'll take a much closer look at that landing gear when we get in there. Oversized battery compartment. My old one took a 33 to a 37. I even put a 4 in it, but it's a 6-cell powered airplane, so it's just awesome. Lots of power. Screw together assembly. That's the other nice thing about it. The wings come off, but it's so small you really don't need to. I'll talk about the wing connectors when we get there. Latch type canopy. Ball links are already on there, and large tires. So maybe they increase the size of the tires as well. But let's go ahead and put that down, and we'll take a look at what we got here. Here's how it looks just in the box. You can see everything's really nicely laid out, pretty much the way kind of FMS does everything. Here's your new wing connectors here, which are you know, a non-bullet type. They do plug in, but they're not the traditional hard bullets. Got your wing spar right here, which we'll go ahead and get everything out of the box here. Let's go ahead and pull these off. You can see how nicely everything comes packaged. I went ahead and I cut these foam pieces off so we could see, and we'll get everything out of the box. Here's your instruction manual. Your 2 wings right here come off. You want to make sure you take all your foam and stuff, just cut those and get them off so you don't damage the wing prying them out. But you can see there's nice little balls, or nice little foam blocks in here to get everything out. So let's take a look and see what real nice rudder and vertical. Nice paint job with, this is actually not really a yellow, it's actually a gold kind of a paint that they put on here. There's your wing fences or stall fences, vortex generators. And then of course your fuselage. Man, I cannot wait to get this thing out and fly it. I love this thing. Oh, look at this. They even put a light on the underside. So anyway, let me lay everything out, guys. Get everything out for you, and we'll take a closer look at all the parts. Well, here's the layout of all the parts that came out of the box, and as usual, FMS has done a really nice job overall. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the fuselage. Let me go full zoom out on this thing so we can really see this up close. Nice fit and finish. Not sure if you can see this totally from through the video, but this is actually a gold that they put on here. It has a little metallicness to it, so really nice all the way around. You can see small airplane. If you need a small jet, something that you don't have a lot of space to transport in a car or something, you need a little airplane. This one really fits the bill. About the biggest difference I'm noticing right off the bat is they've gone more sporty and gotten rid of the pilot. You can see the original cockpit right here had a pilot and it was clear. They've gone to just a black, so it is a little bit more of a sport type canopy, but I think it really looks sharp, and you know, hey, it is a sport jet. Really not a pilot in there. Let's start at the nose section here. We have a nice plastic spinner or cone on the front of it for durability. Inside there you can see the new landing gear leg. Look at that. It's an oleo, but it's also a trailing style link. There's your steering connector in there, and they even went so far as to put a little hole in here so you can put your Allen wrench down there and adjust or remove your easy connector for your steering rod. And as we go along the bottom, you look down in here through the intakes, and we'll look here at the wings. You can see the wing root here. This is your pass-through for your spar. There is just one main spar, and that's all this thing needs because it's little. Nice plastic fittings, all with metal threads that you can see here. And here's your new wing connectors. You can see right on the inside there, there's where your wing connectors are. Again, they went away from the soldered on type that are, you know, soldered to a board, and they've gone to this really nice pin type connector, and it really minimizes any chance that there'll be a bad connection there. So now the wings are removable on this airplane, so it's even easier to transport, but this plane's so small, you really don't need to remove them. But that's it, there's no wiring. It's so nice. You put your wing on, wing off. You got 2 screws on each wing. Also, they added a landing light to the underside, so, or not a landing light, but a position light on the middle. So that'll be super bright, give it a little bit more visibility, a little easier to see. Here's your hatch right here. This is all plastic, this fitting. 2 screws, it comes off, and you have access to your fan hatch right there. So real nice overall. We'll come to the back here, a little lower, kind of vertical ventral fin in the back. You see your fan down in there. It is a let me see if I can zoom in on that. It is a 12 blade fan with a 1900 kV in runner. So again, 12 blades all the way around. We get there for your pad. This is the pad where your horizontal stabilizer right here fits right on. Ease of assembly. 4 screws for your wings. This horizontal stabilizer goes right on here with, I believe it goes on with 1 screw, or it goes on with 3, I can't remember. And then this vertical goes right on, and then it has, I think, 2 screws that go right into that horizontal stabilizer, if I'm not mistaken. So you just make your connections here for your rudder and your elevator, and you go ahead and you screw the tail on, and you're done. So you do want to check for things like this. You can see your motor connectors. Just make sure you push those back, and you can see during shipping, sometimes those come out, and sometimes your motor's not working or something, and you wonder why, and it's because sometimes those wires pull out. So I'll go ahead and put those connectors back in place, probably wrap some tape around them and get them more secure. There's your 80 amp Predator ESC in there, and as we go along the other side, same thing overall. You see your wheel wells there, your nice plastic fittings with your screws, and your bullet connector on that side. So I'll go ahead and pull the canopy off. Let's take a look inside here. One thing that's disturbing me a little bit about a lot of these planes from FMS is they're putting these the yellow type connectors, which are really good connectors. I'll go here. It's just that everything I have that's 6 cell, I'm sure most will agree with me, we use the blue EC5 connector. So I'll either use an adapter, I'll desolder this and put one of those on there. But they say a lot of folks are using them, but you know, I think that's probably a China thing. So anyway, Velcro here, I'll probably pull this off, and I'll probably go with some shelf liner on there with some double-sided Scotch tape. But nice on the battery compartment overall. Everything's laid out nicely. All your wires here are ready to go into your receiver for your flaps, throttle, aileron, elevator, rudder, everything, and your PC board. I'll probably put my receiver right back in here, but real nice latch. I think this is just like the other one that was on there. And you can see here there is a ventilated canopy. The pilot is gone. That's why that little oval thing is there. That used to be a doubler with plywood, light plywood to hold the pilot in place, so we don't need that anymore, obviously. So, but those holes there for some ventilation to help keep you know, the canopy from melting, and also the blistering inside, which again we're not going to see because now we have a painted canopy. But you see how nice that latch is right in place. Really sweet, folks, on the fuselage. One of the things I really like about this thing is it is very easy to transport around. It's very small. It's easy to to pack and transport. And again, the wings are removable, as you can see here. You can see an anti-rotation pin, your receivers here, and your tube receiver, or your receiver tube for your carbon spar in there. And then you can see your multi-port, your connector, your wireless wing connector. That just everything plugs in. Again, no wires to connect. You just put your wing on. You got your 2 screws. And this wing is in place, just real nice. Looks like they use the same wheels, but these are the wheels I used on grass. Never had a problem at my field. And you can see the trailing links under there, the oleos with the trailing link style on there. Your electric retract and your digital servos, 9-gram digital servos all in there. This is a dog-toothed wing, so it means the leading edge changes. So there is, or changes the plane. So you do have right there, you have some stall fences, vortex generators to just glue in there one time, and you're done. Nice wingtip light and lens. They're starting to paint all their lens covers. So really nice. A lot of times you can see the glue through that, but now they're painting them. So wow, they look really nice. Your rods, horns, linkages, everything's already installed. Let's go ahead and drop that flap. Take a look down there. Really nice overall. I like the way that is. One thing I do when I get these, I do check them. I'll usually wiggle my surface just a little without damaging it, and make sure these aren't pulling out of the glue. Pulling out of the foam. Sometimes I've seen not enough glue there, but these look nice and tight. Nice ball links all the way around. So real nice on the wing there. Let's go look at the horizontal on the ground here. Horizontal looks real nice. It's got a spar running through there. You can see it's either fiberglass or carbon fiber. Your connectors are right here. And again, I'll check to make sure that those are glued in. Looks like they are. They're real nice. If you have to, just pull it out and re-glue it with some foam tack. Always want to use foam tack for that if you can. Digital metal gear servos as well. And again, this does fit. You can see the 3 holes. Nice doubler here. There's 2 here, 1 here. You put that right in place. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if you do all 3 holes first, or there's 3 screws that go in here. And then let me pull this out real quick and take a look at what I can see. Yeah, I think you put the back screw on, and then I think your rudder, your horizontal or your vertical goes right on, and then you put the last 2. So it's really, if I remember correctly, it's just 3 screws to get this tail on. That's the horizontal and the vertical at the same time. So real nice fit and finish all the way around. Some of this is paint, some of these are decals. The blue and the red look like they are paint, and the gold looks like it is a decal applied over top. So anyway, really nice on that overall. So let's take a look at the vertical here, Avanti S. This, I believe, is that painted? That is painted on. Yeah, they painted this on, and it is a metallic, kind of a yellowish gold paint on there. Real nice job. It's really sharp. That'd be nice out in the sun. It's a real nice contrast against the white. But here's your doubler with your 2 screws that go on. Put that in place. So you have a tongue and groove up front that just sticks in there. 2 screws. Of course, you make your connection first here for your rudder. Digital servo, rod horn linkage, all that's installed already and ready to go. Looks like it's nice and tough too. So, and then that's really it, guys. Just the last thing really to look at here is here's your stall fences, or your wing fences, vortex generators. These help generate some airflow over the aileron and the flap. They also prevent a little span-wise flow from the wing from the air going off the wingtip. Span-wise flow. But they generate vortexes, and this plane flies to a crawl. There's no doubt that these things really do help out in the slow speed performance, especially. 8 screws looks like, guys, all the way around. So we've got 4 for the wing and 3 for the tail, and I think there's just 1 spare is what that is. So actually it's 7 screws to put this whole thing together. And then we got your instruction manual right here. Let's flip through this real quick and see what we got. Real simple assembly. There's your parts, guys. Fastest out of the box. FMS definitely is the fastest out of the box airplane all the way around. If you want something simple, they do talk about using CA, foam safe CA if you're going to use it. I'll probably foam tack those in place, but either one will work. I prefer foam tack just because it's soft. So, but again, here's your horizontal goes on. You put 1 screw first, just like we talked about. Put your vertical in, 2 screws in the back, and the whole thing is together. And then you get your battery and receiver in, and you go. So let's see if we've got. They talk about the positions of everything, and I'll talk about that more when I fly it. They go into your CG 100 millimeters. I really don't remember where I had mine going. And I think that's about it. A lot of times they have a programming guide in here, but there may or may not be one. There it is, I think. Yeah, there's some programming stuff, I believe, right in here. No, that's troubleshooting stuff. Let's see, soft cutout. Yeah, this is your programming stuff that you can reprogram your ESC if you have to, but it comes programmed correctly, hopefully from the factory the way that it comes. Here's how the plane looks fully assembled, folks. It took me about 10 minutes to get this thing together, and you can see just looking at it, there's one of the wingtip lights, so they've got it all lit up. Let's flip it around. We'll take a look at the other wingtip lights. Super bright overall. I'm real impressed with that. I would have liked to have seen a landing light on it. I might throw one on there just for the heck of it. And there's your belly light there that's super, super bright. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's really shining right. It's pretty darn bright, and I'm in the middle of the day here. And the biggest change, the really biggest improvement in this is the landing gear. Look how nice that thing is. Look at the, it's got real nice compression. It's real soft. And always be sure, folks, just like you guys know if you watch my videos, my other ones, make sure you put a little bit of contact cement on these E-rings. These two, this one, this one. Same thing over here. There's a lot of new suspension components. Let me zoom in on this thing. You can see you've got E-rings all the way along. So you're going to find that here, here, here. And then there's one for your wheel here on the other side. You can see right there. Put some on there to keep those E-rings from popping out. If the E-ring pops out, it makes for a rough landing. It often will tear your landing gear out of the plane just because you don't have a wheel there. So just make sure you put some contact cement on those. Here's just a quick look at the compression. Mine's a little tight, so I'm going to lube it up. It probably needs a little bit of lubrication there coming from the factory. But really nice struts overall. All I did, it took me 10 minutes to assemble this airplane, folks, and then I went ahead and right inside there's actually a 4.8 nickel metal pack in there. I just lowered the landing gear just to show you guys what it looks like. But that is pretty darn impressive what they did to the landing gear on this airplane. It really is a full-featured plane. It's a lot of bang for the buck in a small package. So if you're looking for a 6-cell, just rocket-fast airplane that also slows down to a crawl. And again, I'll throw that card up here, and at the end of the video, I'll show you the old one flying, and then we'll get the video out of this new, the new video of it flying out here real soon. But this plane just fits the bill. When I first flew it again, I was like, you know, this thing's small. But you got to understand, it's 6-cell, and it's very deceiving. It is a little pocket rocket that's very easy to fly. It comes in at a real slow speed, and it's real easy to control at slow speeds. Also does an awesome knife edge, all kinds of aerobatics. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching. Check out the links below. I'll stick a link where you guys can find this thing at. And stay tuned for the flight demo. Look for the videos at the end of this video. Thanks for watching, guys. And as always, we will see you next time.